He has got this Cub Cadet Time Saver i1046. It's a lawnmower. I would not call this thing a tractor. It's got this type of zero-turn front end where the front tires basically hit over at a 90-degree angle, and you can whip it around, kind of like a zero-turn. But it's a pretty cool looking little machine. And what happens to these pretty commonly is that the rear ends on them lock up. It's got this dual differential. It's kind of allows it to make these tight turns. It's a lot more to it than just steering. You'd have the rear end, binding up on a regular, just a single differential. So it's got these two differentials you can see under there, and they are, I believe, when you steer it and then you brake over all the way to the full, zero turn, it disengages the rear end, I guess, on the inside, and allows it so that it doesn't bind. So what's happening to a lot of these little 1046s is that they quit moving, and you don't know why. I've even had this thing, I've pulled the release levers back here and I still can't get it to roll around. So something strange about that. I hope what I'm doing is going to solve this. But basically what is happening to these things is we'll get in here, and what happens is, pull this dash out of the way, he said. Alright, hang on a second. Okay, below the dash, this little piece of plastic here, is the steering box. And so this whole thing is tied into the steering setup. I've got it removed so you can see the bolts where it mounts up down in here. But it's just a little steering box that here's the steering shaft for the wheel, runs through it, and like I said, it's all tied into the differentials. So I pulled the box out and got it over here on my teeny little workbench here. Actually, it's just perfect for what I'm trying to do. But here's the steering box, and I've already got some pieces pulled out of it. Actually, everything's pulled out of it. But what happens is, I don't know what stress is being put on, but these are the gears here, the left and right hand bevel gears. You can see this one is broken off. There's like a cam follower, and you can see where it went, and this one is still intact. On this side you can see the cam right there. It just shears off and snaps. Bad design, I guess. So I'll pull the box top off here, and this yoke looking gear here goes in on top of those two, and they sit right down there in those two larger holes. Everything's got bushings, and you load it up with grease, but they ride in there. And like I said, when you break the steering wheel over to the farthest deflection, that's when you get your zero turn effect, when the rear end differential disengages on the proper side. Working on this for this guy, and I went to order the parts, and I went ahead and ordered left and right just as a precaution. I think they were around 15 bucks, but on this kind of a job, just is not going to pay to cross your fingers and hope that the other one doesn't break. But these things have a history of doing it. But I'm thinking maybe the right one is the one that's going out, because Cub Cadet was back ordered for over, I don't know, I think it was 2 weeks I had to wait to get this one in. This is the right hand, on this side. And maybe that's the flaw in the design, is when you use the right hand side. Don't know which way to be steering for it to do it, but it's getting under some kind of pressure, and they're just breaking. So the symptoms are, the owner will tell you that they were driving along, mowing just fine, and they went to turn, and they hear a loud pop, and then all of a sudden the rear end doesn't work right anymore. It's just, it's kind of weird sensation, and you hear the pop up front, and then the rear doesn't work, so it kind of throws you off. At any rate, I'm going to get to work here on, we got the new gear in stock, or just came in, so I'm going to put the two new gears in, and button this thing up, put some new grease in it, and reinstall it, and see what we got. Alright, well, the Cub Cadet 1046 is all back together. That thing is a bear to work on. At least it was for me. But it's all back together, and it's working as far as I know. I've never driven one of these and don't know how they're supposed to behave. It does do the zero turn, but if you turn it far enough, it goes down really slow, and it's like creeping and seems hardly worth it to me. But if you ease off the steering a little bit, it picks back up and seems to work better. So I don't know, maybe that's how these work. Maybe you guys will know. But I'm about to go take this over to the guy and get him going again. And probably wouldn't buy one of these for myself, but I'm sure someone out there has really good luck with theirs and works great for them. It certainly is cool looking, I'll say that. Got these headlights and pretty slick looking machine. But anyway, just an update, and that's it.